you'll encounter when playing this deck. In the middle game, right, we want to be defending with a certain formation in mind. What I usually use is something like this, with archers on the sides and one spear accompanying each archer. Shi Bing Zhuge Liang can stay at the side because his AoE is actually a square. Let me just show you. His AoE is actually a square, so even at the side he's as effective, and sometimes even more effective, because if you turn it 45 degrees, you can see that the length of the AoE has actually increased because of Pythagoras theorem. Yes, a square plus b squared is c square. So when the opponent, let's bring a opponent's deck into play. This is the typical Tianfeng Yuanshao deck, which pushes with extremely powerful units in one huge push with 12 mana Tianfeng combined with multiple activations of Yuanshao. So we're going to turn around, and something like this is how it attacks. When it comes down towards position here, about midfield, we want to start flanking with our units, like so. Yeah, because at this point in time, right, we don't want to flank too early. If we flank too early, right, if the opponent will just kill off our units and then continue his attack, then he will start his attack. But if he's already in our area in Zizhen when we flank, then he has to commit to the attack already, and the units that are committing to attack will be attacked by our archers and our spears, and he'll have two units to stop our flankers. So at this point in time, we will be using our Shi Bing Ba Zhen to try and catch a few units, probably 1 or 2 units, like so. If we can flank in this with Zhou Cang and Shi Bing these 2 units, it's much more difficult for the opponent to block Zhou Cang's flank, because the nearest units have been Shi Binged already. Yes, and other situations you'll get into are when the opponent has actually come down to your fort, like so, and he's in a very threatening position. But it's actually a tricky position for the opponent, because we can he can't really reinforce his Tianfeng and Yuanshao with Sun Jian, because if he comes too close when he's patrolling around here, we can Shi Bing many targets and make him make his attack much more delayed. Yes, that's why it helps us to block his units like so, while we are flanking with our other units. And of course, Ma Dai will be trying to pester the archers, or even go up to hit the gate here. Now I'm going to talk about Shi Bing 7 versus certain different decks. One of the decks I'll be talking about will be versus Dada 5, which is a very common version of Dada. This is the standard version of Dada from quite long ago, and it's still quite popular now. Basically, the opponent's going to push out with spread out units quite often, because he doesn't want to get Shi Binged. Like, he doesn't want to get 2 or 3 units shipping at one time. So how do we solve this problem? In this type of situation, right, it's actually benefiting us because this allows us to just use our 下户业绩 on the opponent's 张宝. Since he has split up his units, we are going to easily target 张宝, and then we are going to flank the opponent with our spears at the gaps in the opponent's attack. For example, when he comes down with these 5 units, we have to know where we can attack and flank by, even if the routes are not very obvious. Right now, we can actually flank in this way and here. Zhang Bao is going to die from our 夏侯月季's 落雷. And these 2 paths, right, although they have horses there, they have enemy units there, they are horses. If we advance using our Meng Da combined with Ma Dai, then the opponent can't really do much against our combination, because our horse will just bang him while our spears stops his rushing. And then of course we can advance past Zhang Bao because he is dead from our Lole. Yes, basically that's how it works. Another deck that I'll be talking about will be what deck should I talk about? Will be Qing Guo deck, which is not popular now, but it used to be popular at some time among certain players. This deck dances with Diao Chan and deals damage over time using Qing Guo. Yes, using the dance. And it defends with lots of fences. So, for example, if the opponent dances in a tight position like so, what we can do is to use 使兵八阵 to target at least 2 of the opponent's archers. And this really hinders the opponent, because the opponent's defense is based on his 3 big archers here. Relatively big, 5 power, 6 power, and 5 power. And if we disable 2 or 3 of their archers for some time, right, it's much more difficult for the opponent to defend. And then we're gonna rush in with all our units and try to keep them alive, like how Wei Wu would do. And of course turn on 兵力增援 at the correct time to force through our attack. We can also use our 弱体攻 to increase the pressure on the opponents who don't have power up. Yep, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave any comments you have down below. This is Hata signing out.